Hey everyone, are you new to Excel and not quite sure where to get started? That's okay. In this video, we're going to do a beginner tutorial through Microsoft Excel, and we'll walk you through everything a beginner might need to know to get started in Excel. This video will also include basic Excel navigation, entering in data and formatting, and also basic Excel formulas. I will also show you how to use Excel shortcuts so that way you become a master in no time. Hi, my name is Kyle, and this is going to be your one-stop beginner guide to Excel. So let's go ahead and dive in. So now that we opened up Excel on our window, we are going to see a couple different options here. We have the option of a blank workbook, and then we also have some pre-built offerings from Excel, which include monthly budget, calendars. There's even more templates in here for budgets, sale invoice, schedule planners, and the list goes on and on. But for the purpose of this training, we're going to go ahead and look at a blank workbook. All right, so when you go ahead and open up our workbook, we are going to see our first worksheet. So if you think about it, you open up a book, we're going to have sheets within that book, and the book will be our overarching file that we could save and use at a later date and time. When we open up Excel, we'll see the ribbon at the top here, and this is where we can format our data, insert tables, insert pivot charts. We can also take a look at different formulas that are available to us, change our page layout. We can have grid lines, we can take them away if we want a cleaner look in our workbook. All sorts of different options here, but today we're just going to focus on the very simplistic and straightforward options that are provided to us. Within our worksheet, we are going to see individual cells, and each cell has its own coding, whether it's B1, C1, C2, and so on and so forth. And then each column is going to be alphabetically labeled, and we start at A and we can go all the way to XFD, which is quite a number of columns that we can work with. And then the rows are labeled numerically. And this starts at 1 and goes all the way down to 1,448,576. So plenty of room in there for us to add our data, manipulate everything, add charts, whatever we might need Excel for. There's plenty of space within the workbook and the worksheet to do what we need to. All right, so now that we know what a cell is and what a column and rows are and how they're used, let's go ahead and put in some data so that we can go ahead and format it and show a little bit more advanced techniques. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in some data for our table here. We're going to start with the salesperson, sales, and then month. And let's go ahead and add commission as well. If I could type, it'd be great. Okay, so now that we have our data inputted here for our header, we notice that we don't have enough space for some of our characters here for our header. So what we can actually do is if we go in between A and B, we can double click, and then that column will auto format itself to contain all the data. And if we want to do multiple at a time, we click multiple columns at the same time, go ahead and double click between each column, and we see that they auto format themselves, which is perfect. So let's go ahead and enter in some data here real quick. Okay, so now that we have our data here, we see that we have our salesperson, their sales, the month, and then we'll calculate the commission as we go along. So we want to clean this up a little bit so to make it a little bit more professional. What we're going to do is we're going to utilize our control key, and if we press control up arrow, that'll bring us to the top of the data set. And we can also press control right, and we can move from right, or control left, move to the left. This is really handy when navigating like data sets, especially large data sets when we have to move around quickly to get to where we want to go. But what we're going to do is we're going to press the shift button and the right arrow and select all of our headers, and then we're going to use some shortcuts here. So what we're going to do is we're going to press Alt H for home and 1 for bold, and that will bold our header. We're going to do that again. We're going to press Alt H, H again for color, and then we can use our arrow keys to move around and select a color that we so choose. Feeling, let's see here, kind of like the green. We're going to use some green, and then we're going to go Alt H FC, and then we use this kind of grayish white to kind of make it pop a little bit. And that's perfect. All right, so this looks a little bit better. It stands out. It looks like a traditional header, right? So now we want to adjust our sales so that way they're a little bit more easily readable. Right now, we just see kind of some numbers on the page, and it's hard to decipher if it's thousands, how many are there. So what we're going to do is we're going to press Control Shift down to select our entire data set, and then we're going to press Alt H and K. We'll add a comma to this to make it a little bit more clean, so that way we can see the full number with a comma in it. Then we can also get rid of the decimals since there's no change in this scenario, so we don't need to see that. And now we have a very clean looking data set for our salespeople and their sales for the month of May. So with that, we are also going to show how to do a quick calculation or a quick function within Excel. So what we're going to do here is we're going to press equals sales. Each person gets a 20% commission on their sales, so we're going to press multiply by 0.2, or we can also do 20%, and that would work just fine as well. And we'll see that Jamie has $4,800 worth of commission for the month of May. Very easy calculation. Now, instead of doing that same equation for each individual person, what we're going to do instead is we're going to take this and we're going to use autofill. So if we see there's a little square here down at the bottom right hand corner, we're going to take that and we're going to drag it down, and then that will auto populate our entire formula here. Now if we press Control Z for undo, we can also highlight our cell D3 where our commission is, and then we can press Control D, and that will also autofill it as well and send down the same formula, looking at the sales for each person for each month, giving them their commission. So a very easy way using that Control D to send down all of that data, and that way everything stays nice and clean. What we can also do is if we want to make a table of this data in a very quick fashion is we can highlight all of our data, including the header, by pressing Control Shift over, Control Shift down, selecting all of it. And then if we press Control T for table, we'll be able to create a table very quickly, locking our cells and our data. And then we are confirming that our table does have headers because we did add that information in there. And we'll press OK. And now we have a very good looking table that we can send off to payroll or to whoever needs to see this to calculate the commission for the month. What's also cool about this is within a table, we can also filter. See these little caret tops right here? We can also click these and filter based on smallest to largest, largest to smallest. We can sort by color if we have different colors. We can also add a little bit more greater detail and sort if a number is greater than, let's say, 3,000. We can eliminate that and show all data that is higher or greater than 3,000 as well. And if we go back and undo that, we can go into data and press clear, but just make sure, pro tip, that you have to be clicked into the table, otherwise that option will not show up. So click into the table and then we'll press clear and we'll see all of our original data, which is very good. Okay, so up next, let's go ahead and take a look at how we can do a very simple function within Excel, and it's very quick and easy to use. So let's say we want to see the total for all of our sales for the month of May. What we can do is press equals sum and press tab to select the sum option. And then you can see there's also a ton of different options here as well, but we're going to focus on sum for right now. And then what we'll do is we'll click our data and drag down and then close the parentheses and press enter. And this will give us our total sales for the month. And you can see as well that it also gave us our total commission for the month because that calculation automatically came down with it. We do have to put in the month of May, but that's okay. We can just do that like that. And an easier method too than actually using the equal sum is we can use the auto sum function. So let's go ahead and say that we want to take a look at the total for the sales for the month of May. What we'll do is we'll press Control Enter, and boom, look at that. It just gave us our full total for the month of May. We didn't have to enter in or type anything in there. Excel was intuitive enough to actually go in there and automatically calculate everything for us, which was awesome. And we can do the same for this right here. And we can go ahead and confirm this amount. If we highlight these cells, we'll see in the bottom right-hand corner here that the sum is 138,000, which ties out to our total right here. So we know that our calculation was correct. So instead of the total, let's go ahead and say that we want to take a look at the average. So what we're going to do for our average sales is we're going to press equals average, and then we're going to press our tab button to select that function. And then we'll go ahead and select our data right here, close the parentheses, and boom, we have our average of $34,000 in total sales for the month of May. Let's go ahead and confirm that this is correct. And we see down here in the right-hand corner that our average is 34,000. Great success, we tie out, which is beautiful. The next thing that we want to talk about is relative versus absolute references within Excel. So if we go ahead and press equals sum, we're going to do a dollar sign and then type B $3. We see our B3 cell get highlighted because we just inputted that into our function equation. And then we're going to do semicolon, $B, $6, and we're going to close it. We see that we get our total of 138,000, which we saw previously. And if we go ahead and move this to the right, gotta adjust here, we see that we still get $138,512. And if we do that again, we see the same amount. No matter what we do, this equation is going to be looking at these cells because we lock them with these dollar signs, which lock that equation to those cells in place. So no matter what you do, how many times you move it around, those cells within this equation is always going to look at this reference point. But if we want to change this, what we can do is we can manipulate how we have this function and these references set up. So we're going to go ahead and take out these dollar signs, which are a locking function within Excel. We're going to press enter. Great, we have the same total. And we're going to take this and we're going to press shift right arrow, and then we're going to press Control R, and that's going to send the equation over to the right hand side for us. And obviously we can't sum anything for the month of May. There's no numerical values there. And we see that we get the sum for our commission as D3 and D6, and that equates to this total here for the average. So if you ever want to lock a cell to have one singular reference point, you can lock it by pressing F4 or manually typing in dollar signs before the cell row and before the cell column as well. And that will lock that cell in for any equation that you might use. Okay, so the last function that we are going to take a look at is going to be the min and max function within Excel. So if we wanted to find the minimum amount of sales in the month of May, we're going to go ahead and type in equals min, and then we can use our arrow key to arrow up, and then we're going to select our data set, close the parentheses, and it's going to return 12,500. Let's just type minimum here so we know what we're referencing. And then we're also going to look for the maximum as well. So what we can do is equal max, and then we're going to select the same data set here, close our parentheses, press enter, and then we see our maximum sales for the month of May is going to be 65,471. So very simple, very easy formulas that you can use to manipulate data within Excel. They're very quick, very fast, and they are the foundation of any great successful Excel user. And then the more you get used to it, the quicker you will become and the more efficient you will become in the future as well. Hey, thank you for taking time to watch this video. It means the world to me. This is the first of many videos that I plan to put together on Excel and how to use it. As we progress, I'm going to start getting a little bit more advanced. Obviously, this was a very basic understanding of Excel, just a quick guide and quick tutorial on how to get into Excel and how to use it and its functionality. But as we go ahead, obviously there's going to be a little bit more layers, a little bit more depth into what we cover, including a little bit more advanced functions, maybe a little bit of VBA, pivot tables, conditional formatting, things of that nature. So if you like what you saw, please take a moment and like and subscribe this video. It'd mean everything to me, and we'll catch you on the next one.